this morning we're talking to Philemon Dabra, who is, I can say, he's a final year or last but 1 year medical student at the University of Cape Coast, and Alfred Park Grant, who is a newly minted architect, if that's how I'll call him. Both gentlemen are part of the Citi Opportunity Project in Education. I just wanted to have a chat, particularly with Alfred, because Alfred is out of school, finished in 2023, and is looking forward to a career in architecture. Philemon as well did his BSc Medical Lab Science, Legon 2014-2018. Been at the UCC Medical School since 2020, is finishing next year. And they have something in common. Sometimes, what do they have in common? What do these two gentlemen have in common? What do they have in common? They are both tall. They are both
they are both gentlemen.
They are both gentlemen. They are both they are both doing courses that require at least 6 years.
Yes, 6 year courses.
So much longer.
Yeah.
Because usually in the COOP you have 4 year courses. So usually to do a course that requires you to learn in 6 is a very tough one.
Yeah.
So there's architecture, medicine. Which other courses take 6 years?
Pharmacy.
Pharmacy also.
Now.
Pharmacy is also.
PharmD project.
So pharmacy is 6 years.
Optometry.
Optometry is also 6 years.
Yeah.
And then UDS is doing Doctor of Lab Science.
Also 6 years. So you go to school so essentially you're studying for 10 years because you went to school in 2014, Legon, and you are finishing in 2024.
Yes.
Oh my God, that's an eternity.
But that's determination. But this man will not have any of that. That after the first degree, let me leave it here. The man said, no, I have to do the
No,
medicine.
Philemon, let's talk about this. So you went to Legon to do medical lab science in 2014.
Yes, please.
He actually wanted medicine.
Oh, that's what you wanted to do medicine.
Yes, please.
So Legon gave you biomedical lab science. What's that? What kind of course is that?
Okay, so the best way I like to explain the course is using a scenario.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I understand it better now because I'm in medical school. But the whole point is that whenever we feel sick, we come up with symptoms. And those symptoms are not certain for a disease. So the same symptom, let's say I have fever. It could be malaria, it could be typhoid, it could be something else. So that's when the laboratory scientist comes in to take sample from the body, let's say blood, to now run a test to see are there malaria parasites there, or is it the Salmonella typhi bacteria that is in, to confirm what the doctor is suspecting. So the doctor only can suspect a disease, but usually has hints on what is likely to be, but may need confirmation, and that's where all the investigations.
So the biomedical lab scientist helps the doctor by factually presenting information from the patient's body.
Yes.
To help the doctor arrive at
a conclusion based on the doctor's suspicions.
So there's like a partnership.
Yes, please.
Not all doctors do biomedical lab as a full course.
No.
But to do medical school, you need to understand some of this.
Yes, please.
So for you who studied biomedical lab for 4 years, why did you need to go to medical school in addition? Because that's a good profession, right?
Yes, that's true. But then it was just a desire, and especially, and it was something that I tried. And I got the chance to do it. And I didn't want to just put it away because I felt that maybe I may live the rest of my life
regretting it,
wondering if maybe I had just done it.
Because it's funny, because I remember you first, when you came here, you won the right away contest.
Right, literacy challenge.
This was in 2011? 11.
Yes, please.
You were in JSS at the time.
Yes.
Then you went to secondary school, Winneba.
Yes, please.
Secondary school. Then you came into Citi for the COOP.
Yes, please.
Where you got medical lab in Legon.
Yes, please.
Didn't your mom say you should go and work? You've schooled for so long. You finished in 2018. You could have been making good money.
Yes, please.
Did you actually work at all?
So I did my service, my national
in
service.
2019?
Yes, in Kolebu, in the lab in Kolebu. And I applied in that year because it was something that was really on my heart. So I actually applied to Legon earlier that year, and I didn't get in.
So with the BSc medical lab science, you were not satisfied. You wanted to be a doctor at all costs.
Yes, please.
Wow. Why is being a doctor so important to you?
Well, so I think that for me, I'm a people's person. I'd love to relate with people. Now, when you are in the lab, you obviously there's and I could have even gone higher in terms of the lab. I could have gone to do a master's and a PhD, but the laboratory setting does not allow you to have patient contact.
You want to deal with people direct.
Yes, and I think that even in everything, in the stress of everything, one of the things that have, especially now in the clinical years in medical school, is when you get to interact with a person. For me, it makes a difference, and I think that was one of the main things, that directly having patient contact and being able to talk to people as they go through for me, that's the most fascinating thing so far.
How? Two questions before I come to Grant.
Yes, please.
How has the journey at UCC been? Knowing you've done 4 years at Legon, did 1 year of service, you've not had any money.
Yes.
And you are still in school. How has the journey been in the past three years?
It has been interesting and challenging. The thing about medical school is that it's a lot of things to learn within a short time.
Pressure.
It looks like, yes, and it looks like 6 years is a lot of time, but to be honest, if medical school, the usual timeline of every like schools have like maybe 3 months in school, then you have 6 weeks vacation, and then so literally people spend about 6 to 8 months. People spend about 6 to 8 months a year in school, but I spend nothing less than 10 months or 11 months.
The course structure doesn't allow you to.
Yes.
It's not like you are learning sociology.
No, and the point is that it's actually like 12 years compressed into 6 years, because you
There's
are
so much
literally doing double.
So in the vacation you're also learning, because you have to catch up.
And the
on so many
vacation
things.
is just 1 week, 2 weeks. The maximum vacation I've had is 2 weeks.
And I'm told this is not peculiar to UCC. This is medical schools everywhere.
Yes, and the thing about UCC that makes it a little bit more stressful is that exams are every 2 weeks or 3 weeks.
Are you serious? Like full exam?
Yes.
They don't want you to finish and wait.
No.
So when you finish, you do the exam.
So you do modular system. So like on Monday I have an exam, and I finish the classes on Friday.
Wow.
So I have Saturday and Sunday to learn, and so it's back to back.
Wow.
Every 2 or 3 weeks you have an exam. So it's been.
And for the medical school, you're on the COPE scholarship.
Yes, please.
So how long have you been on COPE scholarship?
I've been on COPE scholarship. So for my 4-year degree
in
medical laboratory science, that was 2014 to 2018,
Wow.
and then from 2020 when I began medicine to.
You've been on scholarship for 7 years or more.
Yes, please.
I'll come back to that. Let's come to Pagra. So you are an architect. Listening to, you also did science at SSS, right?
Yes, please.
You got 7 1s, or was it?
7 A's and a B.
So this was in what school?
St. Augustine's College.
When did you finish?
2016.
2016. So how did you get on COPE?
Okay, so actually, let me chip in this.
Yeah.
When you were discussing that with a gentleman, I had so many flashbacks. I also wanted to be a medical doctor.
Oh my God. When you were in St. Augustine's?
Yeah. And then when I finished, I wanted to be a medical. All the schools that I applied for medicine. The same situation. I couldn't get it.
You got 7 A's and a B.
Yeah.
And they didn't give you medicine?
No.
Which school did you apply?
The first attempt, Legon, I had psychology.
Are you serious?
Yes.
You did science, proper science?
Yes.
Like as in biophysics, chem. You did biophysics, chem, elective maths.
All the electives of science.
And you got 7 1s?
Yes. 7 A's.
7 A's. Where did you get B?
English.
And Legon didn't give you medicine?
No.
And they gave you what?
Psychology.
Did you apply to tech?
Yeah, the second attempt.
And what did tech give you?
Architecture.
My God. Did you apply to UCC?
No.
So Legon gave you psychology?
Yes.
No, I have to investigate that. Hey! So when you got Akito at tech, so this will be what year?
2017.
2017. So how did COPE come in?
Okay, so in 2016, I was working as a people's teacher in my hometown. So
Where's your hometown?
Komante, in the central region.
So is that where you were living while you were in St. Augustine's?
Yes.
So you are from Komante and you live in your hometown?
Yes.
So you were teaching in a school after SS?
Yes.
To get some money?
Yes, to gather money and buy forms again and then go.
Oh, so you pay for the forms yourself with your money you get teaching?
Yes.
Where are your... Okay, let's not go there first. Let's continue. Yeah, where are your parents? Yeah, where are your parents?
Okay, my parents are there. My mom is a trader. She sells gari. And
Okay.
then my father is a nomadic fisherman. They move from place to place.
So as at now, you don't... Where is he? Which coast?
He's in Comanti.
But he moves.
Yeah.
I see. How many are you?
7.
Do you know how much they earn per month if you calculate since you do architecture?
Roughly no more than 500
500.
cedis.
And you are what number in the family?
Number 6. We are 7.
So when you got 7 A's and a B and you showed it to them, did they understand it and they didn't know what it meant?
My mother was just happy because I was happy.
But she didn't. She was happy because you were happy.
Yeah.
But wow. So when you used the teaching from the school in Comanti to buy the forms.
Yes, please.
And they're gonna give you psychology.
Yeah.
Did you want to take the psychology or you didn't want to take it?
Not at all.
At all. You wanted to be a doctor?
I wanted to be a doctor. Even the architecture, at a point, I have to struggle and accept it.
You really wanted to do medicine?
Yes.
So when you got the Akito in 2017, what did you do? You have the admission. What happened after that?
Okay, so back to what I was trying to say. In 2016, they had a municipal town hall meeting where they organized the youth, and then we were told to be lectured on scholarship opportunities from the municipal assembly, so that. And then I went there to listen to the MC and then all those people that came.
Yeah.
It was just about those 6 months courses and then those business courses that people can. So I was literally bored there.
So they were not talking about professional scholarship for a 4-year degree program,
No.
for very short courses.
The only one they talked about was those student loan, how they can help you
To get a student loan. But they were not going to offer you a scholarship to do medicine or architecture.
No, I didn't have that. So I got out to just walk around. And then one of your correspondents from Central Region, I call him Uncle Jojo. He called me to interview me about the program. And then I told him that I wasn't satisfied with whatever that they were discussing because I'm not in tune with what they are discussing. I wanted to find opportunities for medicine. And he said, you want to do medicine? What was your
grade?
And then I told him, and he was like, wow, I have Citi FM. They give opportunities to people. So just apply to take. When the admission comes, then.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you don't remember the full name, just call him Jojo.
Yeah.
So he advised you to apply because with the grades you get, he believed you get a scholarship with Fit City.
Yes.
So you applied with your school fees, your school salary.
So I bought the forms and then I applied for UDS and then KNUST.
Both medicine.
Both
What
medicine.
did UDS give you?
Doctor of Medical Laboratory Science.
Which is basically Philemon.
Yeah.
And you didn't want that.
No.
You wanted medicine.
So I was thinking about it because I wanted to go to the medical profession because I also think I like working with people the same way. But then I had consultations from friends who had been in tech and they were saying architecture is also one of the top courses. Mind you, I don't know anything about architecture.
At all.
Not a single word.
It wasn't
only-
your set of things.
The only
Cra.
day I saw architecture was when I bought the form and I was applying.
Wow.
One of the top courses that came was architecture. So I quickly went to Google and checked, and they said planning and
So you were not interested in it at all. You medicine.
no.
Wow. So you applied and tech gave you architecture in 2017.
Yes.
And did you know how many years it would take from the beginning? It's a 7-year course. Is that what you know? Or-
Okay. From the beginning, when I asked my friend, they said they normally go for 6 years. And then I was a bit like, okay, then I'm compensated for the 6 years of medicine. So let me go in for that because
So
that
it's
one
very
too-
equal. Okay.
because I really want to have something that after school I can really
Professional. You don't want to go and apply for a job.
No.
All right. So at the time, how much? Do you remember the school fees? How much it was?
So totally, when I was leaving the office of COPE, I had 5,200 for both my residential and
And this is 2017.
17.
5,200. What is 5,200 in 2017 in today's money? No, it's a lot because the dollar at the time, 2017 would probably
Was
be
5 cities.
no. The dollar in 2017 was 3.8.
Oh, okay. At the time he came was around 4. I remember.
So even if it's
remember,
4, now it's
yeah.
12.
Yeah.
So times 3. So it's about 15K. So when you got there, so because of what the correspondent told you, you knew you had to apply to COPE.
Yes, that was the only hope I was. So I kept on calling him and then asking about the opportunity. Because if not, like it would have been a one-time go to university and come back. Like I don't know where
You don't
I'll-
see how your parents could have afforded that money at the time.
Yeah, honestly, yeah, true.
Even if what about your family members? If you come through, isn't there any big uncle somewhere in America?
There were some, but you can't actually put your hopes on one person. Maybe he also has other people that he's helping, and then you can, yeah.
Wow. So COPE sponsored you from 2017 till 2021 when you did the architecture undergrad.
Yes, please.
Then after that, what did you do?
Okay, after the undergrad, I still had a desire to continue, but then there was no money in the house, so I wanted to quit and then come and work. But then, deep within me, I wasn't satisfied about that decision. So another person also led me to apply for, and then he directly called.
This one, they had to call the CEO himself
So
because
that-
we don't usually do for postgraduate programs. So where did you get to know this guy?
I knew the name, but I hadn't met him.
All right.
I knew the name because we always have we go through the names of the beneficiaries until a former MC for my area, under President Mills, called me and said, "Look, this gentleman has benefited from COPE for 4 years, but there's a catch. He has to complete architecture, and you will love him when you see him." And he kept calling and calling. And frankly, I never met him. I just said, "Come and take the money and go."
God, they were worrying you too much.
They were harassing my life. So they just came, took the money, and went to continue. So
the point is that if you had just done the undergrad BSc architecture, he couldn't professionally work as an architect.
no, you won't.
So he can do other things. So he needed to
But
do.
the BSc, there's a cut too. He came out as one of the top students.
Wow. So architecture that you didn't know anything about, in 4 years, you had become one of the best students. Did they offer you TA-ship?
After just now, I'm supposed to be a TA.
They want you to be a TA?
Yeah.
Wow. So the 2 years program was in the same department.
Yes, please.
So when you finish the 2 years, that's postgraduate architecture. Does that make you professional? You have to write an exam again.
Yeah, you have to work for 2 years
2 years.
and then go for the professional.
Then it's just like you, 10 years. So wait, you've done 2017, 2021, 2021, 2023.
Yes.
Then you do 2 more years. So 2025,
Yes,
before you can then call yourself an architect.
yes.
So that's 9 years.
I see. He also had an experience of getting very ill at some point,
I haven't even asked you about that one.
to the extent
Before
that-
the exam.
Yeah.
This is the 2021 exam.
Yeah, when I was in 4th year, let me say, I wanted to catch up with first class. Like
Let's take the hard to get first class.
I'm someone that I keep on challenging myself. So I wanted to catch up with the first class. And my CWA to the first class was just a point.
Cumulative weighted average.
It was just
A
a point.
So you knew what to do to get it.
So I put a lot of pressure on
Yourself.
And then I got depressed. So I have to leave the school for almost 4 months with no
like a whole
studies.
semester.
So you know that it was the pressure you put on yourself that gave you that condition.
When I consulted a psychologist,
He told
that
you?
was the outcome.
Wow. You amazing. But did you get the grade?
No, I still lost the point.
So sometimes it's not about the grade. So you learned a useful lesson there.
Yeah.
Amazing. So something that's very interesting. So I didn't really know COPE was, a lot of times it's called 4-year programs.
Yes,
These are two examples
generally
of
4 years.
These are two examples of people who have been at this for
Unique situations.
6 years.
I mean, Philemon was the winner of competition, which is now Literacy Challenge.
2011.
That, went back, came again, and we thought that we owed it to him to support.
Yeah.
When he got back to the medical school,
Yeah.
the money in Kebas is big.
How much is it?
I said to him, "Look, we can't pay all." He said, what if I get somebody to pay half? Which he did. He got somebody to pay half, and then we paid.
How much
Is that
is-
still the case?
Yes.
How much is the medical school in Kibas?
It's 24,500. That's my batch. But those coming now, it's like 26,000.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, no, that's for because I'm a postgraduate.
Per year?
Yes.
Yes. So that's how much we've had to pay,
Papa.
And so you see, but the truth is that we get the requests
Plenty.
all the time, but there's so much we can do. And that's why we always call for people who want to be part of this COPE to support. Because today is Philemon, today is Alfred Grant. Tomorrow, it may be somebody else.
Wow.
You understand?
No, I thought very, very interesting in this. So you're saying that even though we do it for undergrad programs, in exceptional circumstances, we'll stretch ourselves and then get somebody to do the extra mile like we've done for this too.
Exactly. As we speak now, we don't do, for instance, foreign scholarships. But as things stand, there's a unique situation of
a guy in
Gideon
India.
Anania in India who had a scholarship to study medicine in a school in India. But the scholarship wouldn't come with certain things. So the scholarship was on tuition and lodging. How he would get there was his own problem. And this guy was in the Western North. Okay? So COPE now came in to buy his ticket. Now, it's a sad situation. But we bought the ticket, got his stuff for him, paid his accommodation in India, and from time to time, we send him his stipend,
to support him whilst he studies medicine.
But people have come to us with scholarship, and we say we don't do scholarship, and indeed we don't do foreign scholarships.
So, but apart from this, give me a sense of who else, how many people are on the scholarship, and what types of courses we have.
Okay, we've had loads of people go through, and currently the active list we have 22 or 21. University of Ghana Medical School. There's another one, Patrick Kofi Bumegbe, University of Ghana Medical School. We have Raphael Davoji. We have Etonam Amede. Of course, Philemon, Steve Senyor Nuto, Salome Ayivi, Isaac Agbonito, Hope Salah, Samuel Boni, Theodora Chase, Samuel Okine. That's Accra Technical University. We have James Senanuto, University of Mines and Technology. Now, we have two Nuto names here. You have James Nuto, okay, and then Steve Nuto.
Same school?
No. Steve Nuto is in KNUST doing metallurgical engineering. And then James is doing mineral, the other one?
Geodetic?
Well, yeah, geodetic engineering. Now, these two guys are siblings.
Okay.
And the whole idea of COPE started with these guys.
Oh, yeah, those two, the twins.
Yes.
Yeah,
They're siblings whose father passed in a very bizarre circumstance.
I think they started with training college or something.
No, they started in primary school.
Yes.
We picked them from primary school.
Yeah, I remember.
And they've been on COPE from primary school
Till
through secondary school, and we got them to universities, and they are still there, all on COPE. We have Hannah Osai.
So let me ask you something. From what you're saying, it seems like COPE is very more qualitative than quantitative, in a sense of you're not thinking about 2,000 people. You want to make sure the person gets the support and becomes something.
Throughout.
So you can trace the person's life instead of saying every year we just get 50 people to come on and go.
We do get, we haven't done the recruitment for this year. Yes,
we don't have money.
We do. We haven't done the recruitment for this year yet. So what we have is actually the leftover from the previous years. Okay, and a good number of them have graduated in the last year, including.
So how has the financial demand on COPE changed with the scholarship? Now people are paying whatever amounts now.
Well, some of the courses you would have your admission as fee paying. Some will be the normal. And we actually restrict this to public or government schools.
Yeah.
Okay, so that we can manage the situation better. We keep getting over and over, and we actually commit the processing through a certain criteria to see whether indeed our involvement would make a difference in the life of the person. We have Wanda, for instance, in UHAS, University of Health and Allied Sciences, who had 7 A's.
That's like it.
And after that, decided to go and work at Ashaiman. And in his own words, I decided to go and hustle because there was nobody to help me to go to school. He had no idea of getting to.
But it's funny, his father was also a fisherman.
A fisherman.
Like your father too. So you should go and talk to him.
We had to package him and drive him physically get admission for him at UHAS. He's in his second year university medical school. On COPE, and we have a few of them like that. And so ours is to appeal to people who believe in the COPE idea.
So what I was going to ask was, I remember many years ago the average scholarship was about 4,000 cedis.
Yes.
Now that was many years ago. If you look at it today, the average scholarship per year per student will be like how much?
It's about 8,000.
It's doubled.
No, per year.
Yes.
Or per year should be between 6,000 and 8,000, and more because a lot of the government or public universities are drawing fee-paying students,
it's not good.
so that they can also manage some of their, activities.
So how can people contribute to COPE? What do they need to do?
Well, they need to call us if they have to contribute to COPE on 0205973973.
Those are the magic numbers.
Yes.
0205973973.
Yes, that's if you want to contribute to COPE. But if you need more information, you can call this number 0244 263 973.
Okay.
Repeat, 0244 263 973. The administrator for COPE is Madam Kafui. Just speak with Madam Kafui, and Madam Kafui will help you.
Explain to you.
We actually admit institutions, corporate bodies who want to be part of this. In times past, we've had conversations with some corporate bodies, and we welcome any contribution for COPE, because these are just two of many people who are benefiting.
Wow.
And we'll be glad to have you on board.
Thank you, Sir Mens. Gentlemen, congrats. I wanted to ask you more, but I don't have time. Maybe next time, when you are done with school, we can talk again. So what next? You are working now, Asana. You are in training.
He just came out.
So you're an architect in training.
Yes.
Wonderful.
But he came with his sister,
Yes. Grant. So your sister is here.
Yeah.
Shout outs to your sister. Congratulations to you, Pa Alfred Grant. You share a name with a great Ghanaian hero, and Philemon Lano Deborah as well. Thank you very much for being on the show.